What's up, YouTube? The locks, the dreadlocks journey. We grow hair in general to tap into this place in our surroundings. We cut our hair to cut a cycle and to tap out. So with the locks, you're tapping in on another level. You're tuning the antennas in a different way to where you're going even deeper inside. So that's what, again, the internal war that is occurring, that you tap into and resolve and move on from. And eventually, again, like everything is a phase. So, and death is what you make it. So when this phase dies, when I die and move on to another phase, whether it's just a different phase in this supposed life or whatever, it's all life. So really, I already know I'm going to get to a point where I cut these off and cut out after I get to that point and move on from that and move on from there. It's just a constant, you have to let go of that fear of change. Because the more things change, the more they stay the same, but you have to let go of it. You can't be afraid of any of that. And I feel like that's what makes people go bald and different things like that, or makes people lose their teeth and things like that, because they're so afraid of losing things that they're only giving energy to the lack. So again, when you give energy to something's absence and the fear of something being absent, that's all you make manifest. It's absence. So from my experience, I feel like that's the truth. I feel like that's definitely the truth. So when it comes to the locks, it's a lot more that goes into it than just the locks. And then when you get them done, where the moon is when you get them done, if the moon's waning or waxing, again, with the cutting your hair, you really shouldn't cut your hair unless it's like a new moon. It's really the best time to cut it. Unless you want to do different things. So if you cut it when it's waning, you're stunning the growth. You know what I mean? Like if you cut it during different times, you just stun it in different ways. It's just like you cut the grass at certain times and it will grow more rapidly or it'll grow slower. It just, it has a lot to do with the pressure from the moon. The moon's pulling or pushing. So, there's a time and a space for anything that you want to do with it. All the space and time that you happen to create. So, with dreads, it's just tapping in. You're just really tapping in. And when you look at, if you're talking about the densest melanated hair, and you talk about how it, it will dread naturally. If you really look into it, then you realize that everything has its place. If you look at the body. You look at the body and there's an anterior ligament. There's everything. If you look at it, there's an everything has its external and internal. So inferior or superior, superficial, like that's all. Inward is just inward, and super is just outward. So if you really want to look at it, the people with the strongest antennas for tapping would be the people that have the superior hair for that. So that would be the people with the people that hold the most moisture, of course, and that's the people with the most melanin in their hair, and that's that is what it is. But everything is needed. You can't you have to have your interior and your exterior, and it's all there. So the superior can tap in and the interior can tap out. And they both work in tandem. They all work together. They all show each other perspective. So when you manipulate the body and you're not afraid to manipulate the body in different ways, then you yourself can experience different perspectives for the body that you do have. And changing the body is probably one of the strongest signs of controlling your own destiny. So, yeah.